Okay. No, I don't yet. Oh, there it is. Investing.
Well,
We are live.
it was
Yes.
Okay.
idea. We had the last year, but Warren paid for it.
Now.
But unfortunately, for new residents, yeah, it would have to be out of pocket. So I was like,
All right. Hi guys.
who wouldn't want to do this? I said, no one has responded. Nobody responded.
Eckstein, Vinney, we're back live with you all. I month maybe, right? Both
Mm-hmm.
month and a couple of vacations and other stuff like that. We are best show ever, right, Bo?
That's right. That's right. It's good to see you, Vinny. It's been a while.
Thank you so much. And a lot of has things have happened. Bo, you want to give us some updates? How things are in the Bay Area to Las Vegas. How
Yeah, yeah. Just I'm enjoying it here in Las Vegas. Everything is really good here. Good restaurants, and I just enjoy it here. There's no state tax. There's a lot of people moving here. A lot of growth.
yes.
It's a good melting pot of people. So I'm definitely happy to be here. Been busy working on my, originating loans and interesting. I'm dealing with a lot of people with rental portfolios that are selling them and refinancing. They might own 20 or 30 rental properties, doing some multifamily bridge loans.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good. There's a lot of activity right now.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is today's what, December 6th or so. I've lost count. But this has been a very exciting week for me also, and a year. And as a matter of fact, we will showcase the year, how proud I am of you, to be truthful. I want to feature, my partner here, Beau, what tremendous steps he has taken, to get focused and to take massive action and, to be able to really look into tunnel vision to grow his business. And, it's exciting for me to see that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What
Yeah.
transpired, I know last 5 6 months I've seen a big transformation in Mr. Eckstein. What's going on?
Well, I think it's about getting clear on what you want, your goals, right? And once you do that, and also a lot of us out there, we get too distracted, so you want to focus, extreme focus, and simplify things. And if you can do that, I think that's the key.
So true, what you're just saying, simplification, focus, massive action. I mean, that's
Mhm.
another word I always say. Those people who have been, watching me or seeing me and, watching over my Facebook everyday posts and all those things. By the way, I don't do them. I want to say that. I just wake up and I'm all over the internet because my team is doing that. And they do copywriting stuff and videos and digital things. And I'm very, very proud of my team, what they have done for me. Social media. Let's talk about, decision that and that's what I want to spend time on.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me actually just move because it's a little noisy in here. Hold on one second.
Okay, sure. I was gonna say, seems like
I'm-
a little bit noisy, but
Yes.
yeah, there we go. Oh, wonderful.
Hola. Give you a tour of this big office.
Yeah, it looks nice. Looks really
Yeah.
nice. I'm in my small office over here. Good office. I enjoy it very well. Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It sure is. So yeah, I mean, I know you mentioned to me when we talked early part of this week that you are writing some big loans and you're concentrating on, you moved to Las Vegas because you want to open a branch there. So that's very exciting. I know you're going to capture not only the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, but also Las Vegas, and you can write loans all over USA. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. So we're licensed in every state. We're able to do business in every state except for 4 states right now, Nevada being one of them. We're in the process of being licensed here.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, right now there's a ton of money out on the streets, right? And it's being able to, for most people right now, I would recommend refinancing into longer term loans, right? With the rates being low,
Yes.
and also for bridge money on multifamily, a lot of the small balance stuff under 2.5 million loan amount, try to get as long as of a term as you can. Because what I see with some people buying C properties right now, which are, require a lot of capex up front and a lot of turnover, is that they're not getting it done when they think they're going to get it done. So if you can get a longer term bridge loan right now, I think that's crucial, because obviously we may hit some turbulence in the market. There's always variables investing in real estate, especially if you're buying C properties, right? Because the construction time frames always take longer, tenant turnover takes longer. So a lot of the requests I'm getting on the smaller stuff is that they're looking for longer term now, because they know it may take a little bit longer to turn properties. A lot of us, we get overzealous and we don't realize that it's going to take a lot of work to get the project turned over, when we think it's, we say it's going to be a year project and it ends up being a 2.5 year project. So the key is being realistic with what it's actually going to take to renovate this property, whether it's a single family home or it's a multifamily property. But I think, what I'm seeing in like these large single family owners, like they're now, there's a lot of liquidation going on in single families. There are a lot of the people that have made money in their portfolios. They've, people that have bought, acquired 100 or 200 single family properties. They're starting to sell them, and there's other
Mm-hmm.
groups coming in. There's other groups coming in to buy them, but there's a lot of portfolio loans going on right now, because the money is, depending on the loan of value, we can get rates in the fours fixed for 5, 10, or 30 years. So I'm working with a lot of people. Like I was talking to a group yesterday, they're buying 3 to 350 houses a year right
Wow.
now. But their business model is they turnkey them. So they renovate them, put a tenant in, and then they sell them to like a passive investor that just wants something that's hands free. So, that being said, those people might also want to look into syndications, right? They could be a passive investor in a syndication. So knowing these different financial vehicles that you can get involved with, I think are critical, right? Or so like, it could be good for people to explore, multifamily, like investing as a limited partner in a multifamily project, like learning the ins and outs of that, having the diversity of knowing what's a good syndication project to go into and what's not. And also, a lot of people that don't have a lot of money, they might say, well, I got to start somewhere, and maybe I'll start, buying a turnkey property that I probably don't have to do much to. And that could be a good starting point, because some people don't have 100 or 200 or 300,000. They might have, enough for a down payment on a single family residence. The key is, I think, is we all have to take action on whatever. We got to work towards our goals. We got to learn what's out there, take action, and then go for it. Right? There's definitely a lot of money, whether it's private investors or private money people that have big 401ks or IRAs, and they can be a lender. And there's also a lot of like institutional funding out there for your project. So the money's there. You just got to figure out your business model and figure out how to underwrite the deal and make a wise decision.
So true, so true. But what you're saying is so right. I mean, we should definitely take long-term horizon on the mortgages, definitely, and not only in the fixed cost, also 10 years, 15-year fixed loans. They are cheap, they are good. The other part is the hard money loans, like you just said, with the timing and also the cost things like that, those things happen. So it's better to take long term debt, the hard money. Uh, in the world of syndication, you mentioned that you're so right. There is so much money out there. It's just mind-boggling to me. This kid with so much years that deal few months and we are flying again. No wonder of the property, $35 million. That'll be like $7 million acquisitions that myself and my partners have done month, and we are looking for 20 million acquisitions this year. We are,
Got it. No, that's great information.
so at a certain time, where the passive investors, the people, like everybody, right? All the professionals who make some good money. It's in the retirement plan, $27 trillion, and only very small percentage is really into the real estate, small institutions
Perfect. That's awesome, man.
and others and all that. A lot of money in the REITs, which gives them small returns, but not gives them the kind of returns and equity as we are able to give. So it's exciting, to see how
Well,
this whole year is coming down to where people were saying the correction is coming, and 2019 is the biggest bull. Nothing happened. Market is at the top, all-time high and everything. I'm just a little bit cautious. I don't know about you. I'm a little bit cautious to that I don't put all my money in the market because there's a correction coming. Nobody can predict it. Nobody can predict it. But the big thing is, if you diversify, you will be better off. And that's how I believe by having, fourplex, eightplex, 100plex, or 200plex units apartment building can mitigate the risk. You can have a physical building which will not go to the dust if the market crashes. I'm just publishing my predictions for 2020, by the way. I would like to, anybody who listens to us, if they would like to get a copy of the, ebook that we're putting together, myself and my partner, we have written four. I'm a little bit noisy here. No problem. There we go. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Hold on,
Okay. Yeah.
you there. That was good. No, that's good. Okay. I know it was a little bit disturbance, but this is perfect now. But so you're right. I think multifamily, I know which I'm a big advocate of, my students learning crazy. Actually, we had a very big meeting this morning. I wanted to share with you and the audience that I'm branching out my whole academy, which has been like a multifamily syndication academy, as you know, for many, many years. And I've written a book also. Where is that book? Put a little plug for that one. Apartment syndication made easy. What I've come to realize is that though it's not that easy, buddy. I wrote the book maybe because that's how I thought it'll be simple and everything. So I'm breaking my academy into 3 academies now, and one is going to be just simple commercial investing, how to find great deals, how to underwrite, how to talk to brokers, how to really do lots of things. So you're just buying and investing into these deals by your own money. That will be the smaller academy. The second academy I'm building, Bo, is lots of people want to passively invest in commercial buildings, right? So that's my second academy. We are breaking that out now, and we'll be doing a lot of videos and a lot of courses, all that, how to passively invest, how to talk to people, how to look around and see who has got the track record, all that stuff, all the good stuff. And then the third thing is the big elephant, and that is syndicating it. Because syndication is good, but you got to really do other 2 steps first so that you can build the base of investors. We are realizing that, and then you can really scale up like I have done. So how do you think this will go? I wanted to get your opinion.
Oh yeah, I think right. Nothing is easy, right? I mean, you just have to you have to work at everything you do in order to be good at it. It's about the consistent steps. So I like what you're doing because I think you're right. Like there's three big pieces of buying multifamily, right?
Yes.
And so you have to be able to find and underwrite. You need to have your investor base, and then you need to be able to put it all together essentially, right?
Sure.
So I like the idea of breaking it up. I think that you know speaking from my point of view, where I've been only a single family and small multifamily, 2 and 4 plexes, that, the thought of buying a bigger property is overwhelming, right? Like, okay, like, what if I mess up? What if, like I don't underwrite the deal correctly? I think that's common. I think we all,
Yes.
the ones that you have, that haven't done it, it's like the first time you make love, right? You're nervous, right? You're
Yeah.
however old you were, right? It's just like, okay, I'm actually doing it. I'm doing it. Oh no,
Hey, it's kind of fun.
I like it. But yeah, it's the same thing about buying your first apartment complex. It's a very exciting, the idea of it is really exciting, right? But you're like, okay, I got to do this now. Okay, I gotta perform. And
So, so true.
so I think that's where a lot of people get caught up, is that the idea is that they don't know how to, like, they're frozen. Like but all they have to really do is just like go and look at a deal, get the numbers, get the trailing 12, get the rent rolls, you know, understand the offering memorandum, and then you go over to the spreadsheet, the deal analyzer, and you start kind of like putting the numbers in and going, okay, now I'm kind of getting this. And then you get your final thing and you look at your cash on cash return, right? You look at your IRR, then you stress test it. Like, well, what if, the rents, what if the market crashes and the rents go down 20%? Is the property still debt servicing itself?
Yes.
Doing these drills, that's going to overcome your fear, right? And so a lot of us that haven't pulled the trigger on a larger property, it's because we have those fears. So that's one avenue of it, right? And then the other avenue is I'm a corporate business person. I make a lot of money,
Hmm.
and I just want to park my money in a return that I want to get an above average return.
Sure.
And those people, what they should do is they need to come in and kind of understand, like if they've never invested in any kind of syndication or anything, they need to kind of get the process down so they can make a wise decision and go, okay, I like what Vinney's doing, or whoever they choose. I look at their past performances. I look at the offering memorandum and the private placement memorandum of an upcoming deal, and it looks like a good return. I understand why they're buying. I understand their thought process on how they're going to raise rents, and why they feel the value is going to increase $6 million in the next 3 to 5 years. And this deal makes sense, and based on their pro forma, if they achieve this, my return is going to be X. So, I mean, I think we owe it to ourselves to educate and to move forward, because we all get stuck in little micro ruts, where we're like, okay, like I feel like I'm not making progress, and people get discouraged and they give up, right? The key is that to know that it's okay to be discouraged sometimes, because not everything always goes the way we want it to go.
True.
And that's like me. I have these ups and downs where it's like, oh God, everything's so challenging. But if it was easy, everybody would be a multimillionaire. And that's what we got to realize, right? Like the majority of people are living, I wouldn't say, I mean, we know a lot of affluent people, but the average American is paycheck to paycheck person, right? Like there were some studies that the like 60% of the people in the U.S. have less than $400 in their savings or something crazy like that, right? So, we all have to make a change wherever you're at, right? Like whether you have no money, whether you have $200,000 in student loans,
Yeah.
you may feel overwhelmed, but you got to take steps and consistent action on whatever you're doing, because it's the only way you're going to really achieve what you want to achieve. And I think in general, most of the people I run into have the same idea of happiness in life. Their happiness is a little bit of financial freedom and to feel like they're accomplishing things in life. Like that's the real key to happiness, I think. I don't think it's like, hey, I'm worth $50 million. I don't think that's a defining thing. But I think the accomplishments you make in life, like honestly, you at this point in your life, you don't need to work, Vinney, right? But you have more passion now because you're enjoying what you do.
Yeah.
So like if you didn't work right now and if you didn't do deals right now, you wouldn't be happy. What would you do? Travel around? I mean, you still travel a lot, but you wouldn't be. So internally, we have to find out like what we really want in life. What are our goals? And then work from there, right? Because I'm turning 42 on Sunday, and
Also, wedding is coming up. Hey, I gotta say that.
Yeah.
We are very excited, and love to welcome the new the better. Yeah. Your love of your life, and I'm very very excited for you, Beau. And what you're saying makes sense. It really does, because see, unless we feel that we are at a good path to happiness. Happiness is today. Happiness is right now. If we don't find happiness while we are where we are, we will not find it later. Of course, I think by earning a little bit more, you can do few extra things, and you could go to few places. But the happiness is something that brings. I know it's a lot of people tell me, they say, Vinney, can I be happy if I don't have money? And I say, go to Africa, go to India, go to some villages in India where people make so small, but they're so happy. So happiness is internal. I see that in my book I'm writing. I wrote 7 pages this morning in my Positivity Brings Profitability book, which is going to come out very soon. And I'm writing what's going through my mind, and how we how we look at the world, negatively, pessimistically, or we look at positively. Do we look at it so that we can make a difference in the lives of others? Because if we go with that outset, then I want to help others, and I want to pay gratitude, and I want to be good Pygmalion, and I want to really spread the good, positive, and good, knowledge and help others and all. It comes back in many, many folds. See, that's the thing. So happiness will come if we give more happiness around. Guess what? More happiness will come in our life. But you're right. The thing is, a lot of people are shakers and movers. A lot of people are status quo. Okay. And a lot of people are dreamers, but there are a lot of people who are action takers, right? So we have to find a medium somewhere in the middle. We cannot be extreme of anything, because then we'll run ragged, right? We're going to really not like ourselves. We'll be on a high strung and everything. But we need to really find that balance and feel and introspectively look into what I want to accomplish. Like I say always, in my lectures, what have we done in the last 6 months? Whether we liked it, didn't like it, what would we change about it? Because 2020 is coming. 2020, right here, next month is 2020. Oh, and guess what? Vision is 2020 also. So I'm going to write a big ebook on Vision 2020 and what we want to in clarity. See, 2020 vision is clear vision, right? So I came up with the idea. I want to write a big book, maybe even on it. I don't know. But the thing is, in our life, if we can look into a microscope and look at the 2020, if we can look at 2020 vision into the year 2020, and now we are same day in December. Hold on. Oh my gosh. What would we write? What chapter would it be in our life? What would we say we want to accomplish 12 months from now? Wouldn't that be exciting? So, to write that one page in every aspect of life, as a person, as health, as a Pygmalion, positive Pygmalion, as a husband, as a wife, as a daughter, as a son. I mean, that can really fuel us to say that, do I want to really become that person? Because my mentor who died last year, Mr. Billionaire Spencer Hayes, I talk about him in the book also I wrote this morning about him, a philanthropist, a CEO of so many companies, and just a giver, right? And he says, Vinny, what you are want to become one day, you are in the process of becoming today. So what we want to become in 1 year, guess what? It's not going to happen overnight at all. It's going to be 1 year from now until then. So that's where the exciting part is as a human being, for us to look at where we are today, and what we want to become next year. Same day, 1 year.
Yeah, that's so true. I think that we have to really look at really like visualizing, right? Like if you don't visualize your success in your life, it'll never happen for you. Everybody that I learn from that's successful, they have a similar message in a way, but it's the message is really that they were big dreamers. They were big visionaries about their future lives, and they just were persistent about that, right? Like if I catch myself thinking very small sometimes. Oh, if I could just get X passive income, I'm good. But if you're a growth minded person, you have to really think big, because if you want to obtain your aspirations and dreams, it's about thinking big. And I think that's internally, a lot of us need to do that, definitely. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think we're going into 2020, 2020, right? That is nuts. I mean, the world's changing at such a fast rate.
Yeah. No, you're so right. What you're saying, whatever year we had in 2019, right? I mean, we got to put a bow on it. Whether it was a good year, bad year, mediocre year, sucking year, whatever, right? I don't like to use that word, but whatever it happened, right? It's done. It's gone. We got to just learn from it. But the thing is insanity. Insanity definition is that we are doing the same thing and same thing and same thing and same thing, but we are expecting different results. See, that's where I want to communicate. And I think we all know it. I'm not a big preacher. I mean, I'm not saying anything out of the ordinary, not at all. It's just that what we are just keeping our mind straight on, what focus we do, what we look at. This book by David Schwartz, I read 42 years back, June of 1978. I always write the dates, the time or month I buy the books. So I've got so many books over here. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. I'm a product of all the things who have helped me. My mentors. March the 10th, 1978. That's 41 years back. 41 years back. The key thing is you got to make your books, your positive thoughts, your podcast now. CDs are gone, but all these things are so freely given to us. But why don't we take that time, half an hour a day? I would like to challenge everybody to turn off the television, turn off the radio, half an hour to just listen to some positive thing, or watching YouTube some positive clip. I mean, it's going to do wonders, wonders in our thinking and what we want to accomplish and how excited we'll be in the morning and so forth like that. I talk about miracle morning all the time, right? And my good friend, actually, Elrod, has written a new book now. I don't get paid for any of these. I just want to spread the good word because that's what is changing my life at this stage of my life also, the miracle equation. So all these things are there, and anybody who wants to, I hope when we put this up we could write down the links to reach you, definitely, Beau. And the other thing is, anybody listening, if they would like to learn from me, in the financial world, in investing world, in personal development world, you just text the word learn, 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 to 474747. And I just got a new wording also, Beau, for investing in 2020. If you're a accredited investor, you would like to invest in Vinney's deals in 2020, just text the word invest 2020. Invest 2020 to 474747. I just want to put a plug on that.
That's great. Yeah, I like what you were saying. That's the other thing that, studying successful people, they all are readers. Okay. Yeah. I mean, not all, but I would say 90% to 90, that, right. Like these people are reading books and books and books, right? There's so much knowledge out there and we got to capture the knowledge, and then, that's how we progress ourselves. So I'm definitely an advocate, although I listen to Audible books usually. Yeah. I'm actually going to hold myself accountable to also read a book, because I think it's good to hear, but I also think it's good to read too.
I agree.
So yeah, I've got a couple books on my plate right now, and when I'm at the gym and I'm doing low impact workouts, that's when I walk, I listen, because when I'm lifting heavy weights, I got to listen to something else.
This is a new introduced me, actually. Friend. Great book. I would love to see that. Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff. Really
I
great.
read it.
An innovative method for presenting, persuading, and winning the deal. I mean,
Yes.
we are communicators in our life. We talk so much. Why not to really learn how to talk good and communicate better and make sure that whatever we are speaking, the pearls coming out of our mouth are the best pearls that people can catch on and latch on and be able to have win-win situations in business, in family, in relationships, in everything. So that's what the passion is about, that we hone in our own art of speaking. I really believe in Toastmaster International, Dale Carnegie, people like that who really influenced me in all these years, how I am able to speak with language, with, I know this lighting is not good today, but inflection of eyes and eyebrows and, inflection of voice and hand gestures and all that. I will really highly recommend everybody to really go into joining, maybe for 6 months, a local Toastmaster group.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, we all need to be presenters, and most of us make a living by being good communicators, right? Whether you're in some sort of sales of some sort, right? If you're an entrepreneur, you need to be a good communicator typically.
Sure.
So I was always nervous to get in front of people and talk when I was younger. I haven't done any formalized training or anything. But what I did is I just started doing it. And now I don't mind if I stutter. Sometimes I don't say the correct things, but the thing is that you have to get up there and just be positive about it, right? We're all going to stutter. We're all going to say, we're going to not sound perfect all the time. And that's just the bottom line. You just got to get out there and do it. And then, train. Like if you want to become a speaker from the stage, or even an effective communicator, there's plenty of training out there for you to do it, right? Because in one way or the other, we all communicate to make a living. So I agree with that. I agree with all the books you just showed. I like all of them. I haven't read Hal's new book, but
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I think we'll be on next week. The
Yeah.
following week I'll be gone, and then we'll start back. We'll do next week, and then we'll start back in 2020. And
Yes.
then what we'll do an agenda.
Yes.
I'll draft it up for you, Vinny, and then we'll have talking points on every aspect of investing in mostly multifamily real estate, but we'll talk about other stuff too.
Sure.
And then we'll see. We'll make 2020 the best year ever. That's my goal, is to make it.
We will. Just a
The,
thought. Thank
yeah.
you so much, really. And we would love our community, our friends, and who are watching us later on to reach out and like us and see if what can we cover more in our talks with Vinny and Beau show. We want to take it to a new height, and we would like a great camaraderie, a community that can be more progressive and making big difference in their businesses. And we'd love to share. We'd love to invite you also on our show. I'm thinking maybe once a week, once a month, we might invite a guest speaker also. I was thinking about that. If you'd like that, that'd be tremendous, so that we can really bring great positive messages in real estate, in loans, in personal development. Those are our three goals, for 2020, right? Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, and then by next, I'll have my home office built out. I'm going to do really good sound, lighting, so these are actually become
Sure.
better quality, and that'll be good for everybody too. But anyways, Vinny, it was good seeing you. You'll have to come visit me
Yes.
January, February, or maybe February.
Yeah.
Come visit me in Las Vegas.
Look forward to it, Beau. And thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And we take a lot of joy. I mean, it's such a price, time we spend together, Beau and I. And I hope you're getting something out of it. But please do give us comment below the video that you see and everything, and see if we can help more. Thank you,
Yes, thanks, Vinny. Have a great day, everybody.
buddy.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know if, oh, there we go. Ending broadcast.